Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about all the dining options on the NCL gem. We're even going to show you all the menus right after this. Hey everyone, John here from Bite Size Cruises. Welcome back. Today is a medium coffee day from Dunkin' Donuts. Again, day 2 of not being sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. Welcome aboard. So today we're going to talk about all the dining options on the NCL gem. We're going to talk about the complimentary dining ones, those that are included in your cruise fare. And we're also going to talk about the specialty dining or a la carte, things that you would pay extra for. So let's start off with our free options. So this is the class of ship that for me really kind of dug into the kind of Norwegian freestyle kind of thought process for, especially for dining. I'm not a real big fan of set like early, late dinner, right? Because generally it somehow conflicts with the shows no matter which one you pick, if you pick early or late. And I just don't like having that rigidity in my day. I'd rather like make reservations and go to different restaurants and try different food every night. Just me. So I do like the idea when NCL came out and said, no, we're still going to do the main dining room. It's not going to cost you extra. We're just going to set up freestyle dining. You can come whenever you want. You can make a reservation. You can just show up and get a little pager and then wait, whatever works best for you. So there are 2 main dining rooms. One is the Magenta main dining room and one is the Grand Pacific main dining room. Same food in both of them. It's going to be your standard complimentary food on Norwegian cruise lines. You'll have specials every night. They'll have themes. They'll have different things. They serve breakfast and lunch and dinner in there. It's also one of my tips for people when you get on the cruise on embarkation day, especially on NCL, and you don't want to get stuck in the craziness that is the buffet. You can head to one of the main dining rooms and just have a nice kind of quiet lunch, which is very nice. So those are the 2 main dining rooms. Again, this is kind of the evolution that we see on the newer ships where we have taste and savor across from each other. This is Magenta and Grand Pacific. Different looks. One of them is really kind of sprawling with ocean views. The other one's a little quieter. It just depends on what you like and where you want to go. So those are your 2 free complimentary main dining room options. Then the next one we're going to talk about is the buffet. Obviously, the buffet on NCL is called the Garden Cafe. It is very big. They also have one of my favorite parts of NCL, which is the Great Outdoors. So the very back of Deck 12 there, where the Garden Cafe is outside. So you could sit outside and eat breakfast, especially if you're in the Caribbean. It's so nice to like go up and get breakfast and sit outside or have dinner and sit on the back. And Norwegian does one of my all-time favorite things, which is late night snacks. So you can head up there, sit outside late at night while you're sailing, grab some nachos, a hot dog, a hamburger, something like that. Again, all included in your cruise fare. It is complimentary at the buffet, open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Then we have a couple more options that are outside. So we have the Topsiders Grill, which is on the pool deck, which is open basically lunch and dinner with your basic, what I call like barbecue food. So you'll get chips and salsa and burgers and hot dogs and those type of things there. Same thing with the Bally High Bar and Grill, which is just another deck up. And you can go there late at night or during the day and get some burgers and hot dogs and things like that. So just your basic grilled kind of barbecue food. And then there are a few more complimentary options for you. The next one's going to be the Orchid Garden Asian restaurant. I love this concept. I love the idea of having some type of dining that's not an additional cost, that's some kind of like fun, different type of food than just normal kind of cruise food, right? So this is an Asian restaurant. You can get different options here, as you can see on the menu. You have a lot of different things that you can get. Again, all at no additional cost, which I think is really great. I love the idea of having either this, in my opinion, I think La Cucina should be that and have like an Italian restaurant that's not extra cost. I think it'd be really great to have like 1 or 2 of those restaurants where you can kind of spread out the crowds a little bit and give people a little bit more options and then have more specialty dining, whatever the choices are. So then those are your complimentary dining options on the gem. Let's talk about your paid or your specialty dining. First one we talk about is room service. Room service is technically free. The food is free. You're just paying a service charge. So I'm going to add that in here. You can order room service, obviously, all day, all night, 24 hours a day. There's a specific menu for late night, early morning. And then you can get complimentary continental breakfast, just coffee and things like that. But obviously, you can order as much food as you want. So if you have 3 or 4 people, or if you have 2 rooms or whatever, you can just order one room service order. You'll have to pay the one service charge, and you can get as much food as you want. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a little bit inconvenient. So next up is Starbucks. Starbucks is not included, obviously. So, and they do have all the Starbucks things. So if you go to Starbucks, they have the pound cakes and the little cake lollipops. Sometimes they don't have all of those things. Obviously, you're on a cruise. It's not always that easy to get all of that stuff, especially with supply chain and all those different things. But they generally do have those things, and you can get them on the ship. You just pay for them a la carte, and they generally are way more expensive than they normally would be on land. So even coffee, like at Starbucks, you're going to pay $8 or $9 or something like that for a coffee. It's always crowded though. So then your other paid options, you have sushi. So you can go to the sushi bar and get any kind of sushi that is a la carte. But would be included if you had like a dining package that covered all of your nights. You have La Cucina, which is we'll talk about it in the reviews, but it's not my favorite specialty dining. It is basic Italian. You're going to get your chicken parms, your pastas, your pizza, different things like that. So it is your very standard Italian food. Teppanyaki, which is your hibachi grill. So when you go to teppanyaki, obviously it's a lot of fun. You go there, they're singing. It's kind of a lively atmosphere. We talk about it. We'll talk about it more in the review, but it's one of our like go-to spots on embarkation day. So when we sail away, we go to the sail away, and then we come over and we have dinner at teppanyaki. It's just a great way to start your vacation. It's a lot of fun. The chefs are so much fun. You know, they're flipping eggs. They're doing all the fun things that you would see at a hibachi restaurant. So that's that. Then we have Le Bistro, which is the French restaurant. And obviously you can see on the menu all of the different options that come there. They do really good pairings with wine there. They also have champagne there. They have NCL has a partnership with Veuve, so you can get that there as well. And then you have 2 more specialty dining. It's crazy on a ship this size that you have this many options for specialty dining. So you have Moderno, which is the Brazilian steakhouse, which is where you have the green and red little coaster that goes on your table, and you can flip it for green. They'll come around with all the different fun meats. They have lamb. They have pork. They have all different types of cuts of beef, chicken, as much food as you could possibly imagine. And you get some sides with it. And then you also get the salad bar, and the salad bar is incredible. So I highly recommend you go and just check out the salad bar. It's really, really good. And then last but not least, you have Cagney's. So Cagney's, one of my all-time favorite steakhouses on the seas. It's not quite as good as Chops, but it's right there. Chops, of course, on Royal Caribbean. Cagney's is very good. You have all your different items you can get: an appetizer, an entree, a salad, and dessert, all included in your little dining package there for the one fee. It's really, really good. I highly recommend you try some specialty dining. If you get the free at sea package, you're going to get at least one night of specialty dining. And I would say mix it up and try different things. We'll do a full review of all the food, but you really can't go wrong with any of the specialty dining restaurants. Again, I might not love La Cucina, but it's good. You'll have a good meal there, especially if you have like unlimited dining. Go try them all. They're great. Obviously, on a 7-day cruise, you could go to almost to a different specialty dining restaurant every night. You can go to La Cucina, Teppanyaki, the Sushi Bar, Le Bistro, Moderno, and Cagney's. You would only have 1 day left, and you could do the Orchid. You could do the Asian restaurant. So, and that one's complimentary. It just depends on what you like to eat. Those are your things. The one last thing we'll talk about, which I forgot to mention in the complimentary one, is Oceans. So Oceans is open 24 hours a day. It is pub food. It's great. It's a fun environment. It overlooks the middle of the ship in the atrium there. So at the Oceans, you can get like pretzel bites. You can see the menu, but you can get burgers, hot dogs, soups, salads, everything you could imagine. Also, little tip and trick for you. Ocean serves breakfast, and it's actually really good. They have eggs and everything that you would normally get at the dining room, although it's not as crowded, and you can go in there and just stop by and grab a quick breakfast. So those are your dining options on the Norwegian Gem. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite restaurant that you like to go to? How do you feel about the freestyle dining where you could show up at all different times and make reservations, or do you prefer the structured early and late seating? Let us know. At this time, we'd also like to ask you to subscribe. We would really appreciate it. We talk about all things cruising here and try to give you the best information possible. So thanks so much, everyone. We hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.